Welcome to Fan for Racing Radio. I'm Fan for Racing Sharon, and joining me is Jay Huseman. And we are here for the North Wilkesboro preview for the NASCAR Truck Series. So, Jay, we're looking forward to North Wilkesboro this weekend.
Most certainly, for a multitude of reasons. I know the Truck Series have run there once already, but just being back at the historic North Wilkesboro track, some of the drivers that are going to be entered, it is a short track. I know I always look forward to that. So a whole lot of things to look forward to at North Wilkesboro this weekend, starting with these Truck Series.
Absolutely. They're going to be racing the Window World 250 at North Wilkesboro Speedway. It is a 0.625 mile asphalt oval, and that race is going to be on Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Fox Sports 1 is going to carry the pre-race coverage, and it's also on NRN and SiriusXM NASCAR Channel 90. Now, they'll race a distance of 156.25 miles over 250 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 70. Stage 2 is also 70 laps. That ends on lap 140. And then the final stage is 110 laps, ending on lap 250, Jay. So as far as where you're going to watch this weekend for North Wilkesboro, the practice on Friday, they are going to have a practice for the All-Star and Open practice. That's going to be carried on Fox Sports 1, MRN, and SiriusXM starting at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, Fox Sports 2. I think I said 1. That's on Fox Sports 2. Also, the Busch Light Pole qualifying and pit crew challenge for both the All-Star and the Open, that's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports 1, MRN, and SiriusXM NASCAR Radio. So on Friday, it's all about the All-Star Open practice and then qualifying. On Saturday, the Craftsman Truck Series practice and Kennemento Pole qualifying will be on Fox Sports 2 starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Then the race, as we mentioned earlier, is at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And they'll have the All-Star Heat races on Saturday as well. That'll be on Fox Sports 2, MRN, and SiriusXM at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we'll give you more of the details for Sunday when we do the Cup Series preview. But have you been checking out the entry list, Jay?
I have, and you said that was one of the things I was looking forward to, is some of these. Nobody's got to go home. That's always a good thing, if you will. 35 drivers and teams for the 36 spots. The number 1 for Tricon Garage is going to be Brent Cruz. Looking forward to that. The number 02 is Jason Alexander. And if you're a Seinfeld fan, that is not George Costanza, Jason Alexander. So, Sharon, you obviously knew where that one was coming from. The 07, Spire Motorsports is going to have Kyle Busch in the 07 and Sammy Smith in the number 7. So got to look for a good pairing there. And then the 66 will be Luke Baldwin again. And the 75 is going to be Patrick Emmerling. So those are your open or rotating spots this weekend. Again, some great ones to look at there, along with all the other regulars. And we're going to talk about some of them. But we want to start with the history. Again, there's not a whole lot of history here, as the weekend marks the 5th running of a NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race at North Wilkesboro. They've run a couple here as of recent when they reinvigorated the Speedway, and some go back in history.
Yes, indeed. We've already talked about the stage break, so I won't go over that again. But this is the third of 7 races on short tracks for the Truck Series in 2025. So third of 7, that means we've got 4 more after this.
Now, 4 different drivers have won the previous 4 Craftsman Truck Series races at North Wilkesboro. And I mentioned it's a time split. Mike Bliss, we got to go back in history here. Mike Bliss in 1995 Mark Martin in 1996. Then we jump up to the current Kyle Larson in 2023, no surprise. And 2024, really no surprise, Corey Heim.
Yes, indeed. 12 cautions at North Wilkesboro in 2023 was the most at the track for the Truck Series. So that was a lot of cautions on that little track.
It was, but I think that they were getting reaccumulated, some for the first time ever. So we'll see how that goes this year. Now, all 4 of the Truck Series races at North Wilkesboro had a green flag run of over 50 laps. So it can be done.
It can be done. Okay, now there are 9,730 days between events at North Wilkesboro between 1996 and 2023. That's the longest break between events at a track in the Truck Series. So when Jay said there was a break, it was a long break.
It was a big break, yeah. Now, the last 5 short track races have been won by different drivers. See if we get that 6th one this weekend, but Corey Heim, it could be a repeat winner.
Could be a repeat. Okay, now Toyota is winless in the last 6 short track races, their longest winless streak ever for a short track. So maybe they can break that up this week.
Well, Corey Heim again. We'll get to some more on him, but you got to think he might be the favorite there. The stage winner, this one is an odd one. The stage 1 winner went on to win 2 of the last 3 short tracks. Sometimes we see where that doesn't pay off. Here it apparently does.
Yeah, you have to watch and find out who that stage 1 winner is. Okay, you mentioned we'd be talking about Corey Heim. Well, Corey Heim has 3 wins, and he's the only repeat winner so far this season, and the only active North Wilkesboro winner entered for this weekend's race. So there's a reason why Corey Heim's the favorite.
But as they say in roulette, you always bet the streak. The last 6 total races, not just short track, the last 6 Craftsman Truck Series races this season, though, were won by different drivers. So the streak is different driver.
Well, we'll see what happens. Now, Tyler Ankrum, he ended a 130 race winless streak at Rockingham earlier this season, the most starts between wins in the Truck Series history. So I'm sure he was happy to get that monkey off his back for that length of time.
Most certainly. And when it comes to that, he gets to pair up. Tyler Ankrum and Corey Heim lead all drivers with 6 top 5 finishes in 2025. So he's in good company there.
All right. Now, Corey Heim again is the only driver to lead in all 9 races so far this season. So we'll see if he can continue that streak as well.
And speaking of leading the pack, there has been 128 lead changes in 2025, and that's the most ever through 9 races in a season.
Good deal. Again, Corey Heim is 1 win away from tying the veteran Matt Crafton for 10th all-time in Truck Series wins with 15. So just 1 win away. If he wins this weekend, he's going to be tied with the veteran.
Well, and here we're going to look at somebody that can compete with Corey Heim, as you got Grant Enfinger as well as Corey Heim are the only drivers to finish in the top 10 in both truck races at North Wilkesboro. Again, the rest of the drivers aren't racing anymore, as it's been a 20, 30-year gap.
All right. Now, NASCAR Cup Series driver Kyle Busch returns to the Truck Series this weekend. He could give somebody a run for their money. He's making his second of 5 scheduled starts in this season. Busch won the last time he started in a truck, and that was at Atlanta, driving the number 7 Spire Motorsports Chevrolet. So we'll see if he can make that happen again. Again, we've got some other points to bring out for the Truck Series. Some of it will be repeats, but it might be stated in a little bit different way that gives it a different perspective. So, Jay, you want to start us out there?
Well, some of it is worded a little bit differently, but defending NASCAR truck race winner Corey Heim faces a major challenge. but he has been the dominant force. I don't know that we use the word dominant, so there you go. Dominant force this year so far in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
That is a very true statement, no matter how you say dominant. He has been dominant. Okay, now with 3 victories already in hand, the driver in the number 11 Tricon Garage Toyota is the only multiple winner in the series this year. Well, the number 11 driver is none other than Corey Heim.
And he is atop the standings, and it's by 64 points over second place Chandler Smith. Now, Heim is also the defending winner of Saturday's Window World 250 at North Wilkesboro.
He's the only driver to lead laps in every race this season, and he's the only active North Wilkesboro winner entered in Saturday's race.
And we highlighted a couple of heavy challengers that we expect. Well, one of them, that'll be a stern challenge for him, is a driver doing double duty in the Truck Series event and the NASCAR All-Star race on Sunday. If you don't know who that is, Sharon's going to tell you.
It's Kyle Busch. Again, he's making his second Truck Series start of the season, and the number 07 Spire Motorsports Chevrolet. In February, Busch won at Atlanta in the same truck, extending his career record for victories to, in just this series, he has 67 wins.
Well, the other thing I got to look at, though, is Spire Motorsports. I mentioned it. They got Kyle Busch as well as Sammy Smith. They've been bringing rotation of drivers. We saw Carson Hocevar pick up a win. They have had strong trucks no matter who the drivers have been. So, yeah, I think the streak of different winners is going to be in trouble because Corey Heim and Kyle Busch would both break those streaks.
Yes, they would. So it's going to be fun to watch because you're going to have a seasoned veteran with 67 wins in the series up against the new guy.
And again, we know he's got a Cup Series start, some Xfinity Series starts. You know, he's getting ready to move on. So again, this kind of maybe be his last hurrah as far as the Truck Series. You talked about tying Matt Crafton for 10th on the all-time wins list. Because a lot of times drivers don't stay there long enough to compile that many. He falls into kind of in the middle of that category. He's been there a year more than most drivers before they move on, but he's also gotten a lot of wins in the short amount of time he has been there.
Yes, that is so true. Okay. Do you want to go over the points for the Truck Series?
All right. Mentioned Corey Heim leading there with the 3 victories. He's got 21 total playoff points. That is huge compared to the next ones that have playoff points. And that includes Chandler Smith in second, as I mentioned, at 6. Daniel Hemrick has a win, so has 5. Tyler Ankrum, not just the win, but 1 stage win for 6. Then you got Grant Infinger in 5th, has 1 stage win for a playoff point, as does Ty Majeski in 6th. Then you got Jake Garcia and Caden Honeycutt in 7th and 8th. 9th is Lane Riggs, who almost got a victory, but instead got DQ'd, unfortunately. Has 2 stage wins, though, so has the 2 playoff points. And the 10th spot right now, that is the cut line, is Ben Rhodes with 1 playoff point from a stage win. And he sits at 245 points. 9 points back is Stuart Friesen. Had a good, strong start, went through a rough spell, looks to be creeping back onto the right path, still showing great speed. Just the finishes are coming apart on him. Then you got a tie, 16 more points back. Rookie, Giovanni Ruggiero and Raja Caruth at 220. 4 more back is Tanner Gray. Then you got the veteran, 14 more back of Matt Crafton in 15th. Those are the ones that are within at least 1 race, I'd say, of getting into. Then you got Jack Wood at 186. Going to have some really good runs or start looking at maybe in a must-win situation already, as we're over halfway here in the Truck Series, I believe, of the regular season. Then you got another rookie, Dawson Sutton, Matt Mills, and rookies Andres Perez de Lara and Connor Mozak. That's your top 20 there.
All right. So it's going to be fun to watch these guys. It sounds like Corey Heim has a very commanding lead right now. So the battles are really going to be further back in the pack. There's 10 drivers that are going to advance to the playoffs, Jay. So right now, between 9th and 10th is just 3 points.
Yeah, I think there is, and this is the stretch of the season. I think we're on race 3 out of the 6 in a row for the Craftsman Truck Series, if I'm not mistaken. It might be race 4. I'm not for sure on that. But one thing, not just that battle, again, wait and see there's a couple that are outside the top 10. Mentioned Stuart Friesen, Rajah Caruth, Matt Crafton. We know are capable of winner because they are previous winners. And that's to say nothing of somebody that can't pull off that win that is getting closer. We just don't maybe expect right now.
9 points between Ben Rhodes and Stuart Friesen in 10th and 11th. So, yeah, it's going to change, I'm sure, before it's all said and done. Caden Honeycutt, by the way, won one of the super late model races this weekend. Honeycutt wins the Reverend Sour Mash Whiskey 75 ZMAC Cars Tour Pro Late Model race. And that is pretty exciting. North Wilkesboro Speedway on Thursday night. So we've already got a winner from the Cars Tour. They have another race this weekend. It's pretty cool that he won that first race, though.
Well, and the fact that it was at North Wilkesboro, again, any kind of track time is good seat time and knowledge. So, short tracks, not quite the same as super speedways as far as anybody can win, but kind of anything can happen. So you sometimes get the surprise winner when it comes to the short tracks as well.
Okay, now the ZMAC Cars Tour late model car qualifying this afternoon. Landon Lewis captured the pole for Friday night's Window World 100 with a lap of 17.769 seconds. He'll start alongside Laney Bice, who will also roll off from the front row. Honeycutt will be on the grid starting in 3rd place in hopes of sweeping the weekend in the Cars Tour this weekend. So pretty cool to see that.
It is indeed. A lot of these names you may be hearing for the first time or not regularly, but you will into the future. There is no doubt about that.
Yes. And did you mention that he's also racing in the Truck Series?
Yes, but he's one of the regulars that is competing full time there. So
yes. So he's got a full weekend this weekend for sure.
Well, and we've seen that work really well for some drivers that they thrive on that. Just think about Kyle Larson. We've talked about that. Obviously, a very busy month of May, a couple of weeks, as a matter of fact. We'll talk about that when we get here to the Cup Series.
Yes, indeed. Do you have anything more you want to mention about the Truck Series before we move on, Jay?
Well, I'm gonna steer clear of the, I say, low-hanging fruit or fruit laying on the ground. We know who the favorites are. I'm going to say, though, that mixing it up, Grant Enfinger, we know he's got one of the wins there since they've returned. And being that it's a short track and kind of pulling for him to get back on track, Ty Majeski, he's had a couple of rough weeks. But we know they got to go through the favorites or around them, hopefully not through them.
Yes, indeed. Let me go ahead and take out, just for the heck of it, because I was going to take the two that you said. I'm going to say Tyler Ankrum.
Ankram's another good one.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, though, because you got Kyle Busch in the field, too. So
yeah, that's what I said. It's certainly going to have to go through those favorites one way or another.
I would say so. Okay, well, do watch for more coming soon at Tampa Racing Radio. We have done the Truck Series review. Next up on our agenda here is the ARCA East Series is racing this weekend at Flat Rock, and we are going to preview that next. And then afterward, we'll go to the Cup Series racing at North Wilkesboro. It's not a points-paying race, but we have the Open and we have the All-Star race. So a lot to talk about in the NASCAR Cup Series.
Most certainly. Looking forward to it.
And then, we'll be back on Monday to take care of all the reviews of the weekend of racing. And then at 10 o'clock Eastern time, we do our Hot Topic Sound Off. And we got a little animated last week.
Now.
Discussion. So you never know what's going to happen, but I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about.
We had a good time and we're still friends, and we'll do it again Monday night.
We'll do it again Monday night. And then, of course, we always say thank you to all of you who are tuning in to hear what we have to say. Jay and I and Sal, all of us have a really good time doing this, and we hope you enjoy it as much as we do. We enjoy doing it. So with that, I think we're ready to move on to the next video, Jay.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Okay. Take care, everybody.